Hey folks, welcome to another numeracy video. In this video, we're going to be looking at lines of reflectional symmetry. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so before we start getting into this, what we're going to be doing is looking at some basic shapes. So I'm just going to bring out this rectangle here, and I've got a square here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line of symmetry through the middle. Now basically, a line of symmetry is when you draw a line, whatever is on one side of the line, it actually reflects onto the opposite side as well. So in this case, I've got a very basic rectangle, and I put this line right through the middle. And because I put it right through the middle, whatever this side is getting reflected on here. So it has one line of symmetry so far. The next line of symmetry that I could have is one that goes horizontally like this, because whatever is at the top now is getting reflected at the bottom. So if we look at it totally for this particular shape, we've actually got two lines of symmetry. Now with the square, what we've got is I'm going to have my first line of symmetry, which is going to go right through the middle here. So whatever is on the left-hand side is going to equal the right-hand side. The second line of symmetry that I could have is this one here, because whatever's on the top side is going to be reflected on the bottom side. And I've got one more with the square as well, because I could have a diagonal like this. Because if you think about it, let me just get rid of these three lines here. So if I ran a line of symmetry through from the diagonal from point to point, then this bottom triangle is actually reflected with the top right triangle. And likewise, what I could do is if I was to get rid of these lines here, you've got another line of symmetry here where the top left is actually reflecting onto the bottom right. So if you look at the square, it actually has got four lines of symmetry. Now you might be wondering, hang on, what about the rectangle? Can it have four lines of symmetry as well? All right, so what we've got here is we've got a rectangle here, and I'm going to try and reflect this rectangle on this line. And as you can see, there's a little line popping up there. And here we go. This bottom triangle right now, this bottom triangle here is getting reflected, but then this is not the same shape as the original rectangle that we had. So that's why this actually can't be considered as a line of symmetry. However, if I try to make this line actually go through the middle there, so see how it's actually forming the original rectangle? That's how we know that this is going to be a line of symmetry. And likewise, if I go, I think this is 5 long. So if I go like this, it should actually kind of work out there. Let's just make it a little bit more accurate. Actually, no, this is not right. There we go. Right about there. That looks a lot more better. So as you can see, that's what those two, that's why a rectangle has 2 lines of symmetry, while a square actually has 4 lines of symmetry. All right, so with this particular shape, you're thinking it's like, okay, how many lines of symmetry are there? What we're going to do is we're going to try and figure out how many lines of symmetry there are. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to put a line right through the middle there. So as you can see, whatever is on the left-hand side is reflected on the right-hand side there. Now what I also want to make sure is this line is perfectly in the center, because the next line of symmetry that I could have is one that goes along here, and I'm just going to draw it up quickly for you. So there we go, that's 45 degrees, so it's another 45 degrees later, you've got another line of symmetry. So basically this part is getting reflected on this line, and I should be able to do it again, top reflecting the bottom, and one more time where the top left is actually reflecting the bottom right. So as you can see, this particular shape, you can kind of say that it actually has 4 lines of symmetry. But there is one more line of symmetry here in this particular shape that we need to be careful about. And that is somewhere along here. Now, I know that from here to here is 45 degrees. So half of 45 is 22.5. So I'm going to put this there. And as you can see, at 22.5 degrees, added, subtract, doesn't matter. There is another line of symmetry that actually goes through here. There's another line of symmetry there, and another one there, and another one there. So that's just the other remaining 4 lines of symmetry that we have to be careful of. So altogether, this shape actually has 8 lines of symmetry. So there's one right there. There's a second one, and then third one. We've got a fourth one, fifth one, sixth one, seventh one, and finally there's your 8 lines of symmetry for this particular shape. And finally we've got this particular shape here, and we want to try and figure out what the line of symmetry is. Now, as you can see, this is not a typical kind of even sided shape. Now you've actually got 7 of these pink diamonds here. So I will do the first line of symmetry. So if we want to look at the number of lines of symmetry for this particular shape, then what we're going to do is basically we are going to join roughly these parts here. So here is my second line of symmetry. Then here is my third one, and I know I'm going to struggle, but you get the idea what I'm trying to do here. Roughly, there's my third one. Fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. So there we go, folks. That is just a quick little video to show you lines of reflective symmetry. All right, folks, that is basically it for this video. As always, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to keep up with the latest content. Now, there should be a couple of playlists popping up here and here. Great material for revision, and as always, thank you for watching.